about Eboni K Williams. And what Eboni K Williams is doing is very controversial because she did become a single mother by choice and taking the father out of the home intentionally, right? Now, what do you really mean when you say intentionally? I want to play this clip in which you're going to hear exactly how she did it and what is going to happen to the kid if they want to know who the father is after 18 years.
A donor, I've heard his voice. I have an MP3 file of him telling his own life story, why you felt you wanted to donate. And this was important. His willingness to be contacted when my child turns 18. So when my daughter's 18 years old, if she would like to find out her paternal identity, as I wanted to do when I was 38, she doesn't even have to wait that long and go through all that rigmarole that I had to do. Hire a geneticist, hire a detective. Here is his last known address, and he is anticipating your contact.
Yep.
Childhood photos, adult photos, keepsake, essays from him, from the nursing staff, first impression, what he does for a living, his educational background, his SATs. I mean, it's just a litany. So for me, it felt like a much safer choice.
Yeah.
It felt like a more legally astute choice. It gives me much less exposure, risk and exposure.
So you've heard that. Now, let us listen to the Viral Way podcast responding to Eboni K Williams.
My take on it. She's a fucking goofy. She's a fucking goofy. She's an opposition. I said it when she came out with the whole bus driver thing.
So here we go. We can't let that go too much further. She say she done got MP3 files of some ninja on there lying. What resourceful man. I'm making all this money. I'm well-to-do. I'm handsome, right? He got to look better than a bus driver, right? And he MP3 files, yeah. Oh my God.
Again, I know what I like to say. If you are this child, you this daughter, growing up in this world, are you giving this the 2 thumbs up? You like, yeah, mama, I like this arrangement. I like this much better than you doing it the old-fashioned way, you know, getting with a guy, yada, yada, building together. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I'll take this. I'll take having uncles that really ain't uncles and aunties that really ain't aunties and just stranger. I don't even know what to call it.
What's the mind state? What's the mind state of this man about to go through this process? You about to sit here and say, I'm about to do this. I'm going to let her know I want to meet the child when she's 18. I'm about to make an MP3 file, IQ, and all this.
Like, they paint this picture as if everything goes over hunky-dory. Like, life don't be lifing. You see what I'm saying? There's just, humans are too unpredictable, man. You know, shout out to the term human error. You know, you're going to have human error. Humans going to F something up. And now they really think this fabricated situation that they came up with turkey basters and pseudo long distance parents via recordings and MP3 players. They really think that this is just the best way to bring a little human into this earth. I have so much confusion. I really do.
Well, they say, hey, she going to have father figures. You don't need a father. You can, you know.
Listen here, coming from a man that grew up without a father and a bunch of father figures, it is not the same. Stop
that part. And that's why you can't even come over here with that message. Like when you start talking about single parenthood by choice or not, by choice or choices, you cannot come over here barking up this tree. You ain't gonna tell us how in any way, shape, or form it can be good. You can't.
The horrors. As I sit here, and that's the amazing thing about parenting. Like I say, and I observe me and my wife raising our kids, and then you know, as adults and all of my parents out there, you don't have no choice but to reflect on your own childhood. And you like, ain't no way. There ain't no way. I could not imagine. It's certain little things like I could not imagine my son having to watch somebody else kissing up on his mama. Little stuff like that. I'm like, wow, that instantly becomes perverted, but I'm his daddy. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't grow up in that environment. So like Gav said, you can't come over here saying, oh, it ain't so bad. A boo-ish. We've seen it, lived it, tasted it, and it tastes like dog doo-doo. Definitely kids want to grow up in a two-parent household. We speak it.
Well, no, there's kids that grow up in a two-parent household and they end up smoking crack and, doing horrible things.
That's true. And that's life. It's called free will. Then that's the...
And we talking about probability, though. Probability versus possibilities. What's the percentages?
There you go. Right there. But you can't... That's the issue with the date market, too. Y'all want for show things. Y'all want to enter into relationships with humans and think that you gonna get a guarantee. Oh, we guarantee this is gonna work out. Oh, we guarantee it's gonna be all fun and rainbows and sunshine. You tripping. No guarantees. That's why you simply put your best foot forward and you give yourself a chance at a higher probability for desirable outcome. And the same thing with the kids. You give yourself the best shot at a desirable outcome. Two parents, act like you got some sense. Yeah, fear something greater than yourself. Golly, numero uno, and move accordingly. But to come in here and start making up rules, I say if you got the bread, can't nobody stop you, right? Money is power on U.S. soil. So folks like Eboni K, she got the bread, she's gonna do the hell she want to do. Y'all can't stop her. But think about the kids. Is that a lost state? Is that like a lost thing? Huh? Michael Jackson, where you at? What about the children?
So here we go. We're going to let this go for another minute. Hit the like button.
Already saw right through it. And here she goes, proving me correct. This is the same that says she's too good to date a bus driver, but you're not too good to be a single mom. How just think about the logic.
Facts.
You're too good to have a man in the house because of his occupation, even though you a boss, you got all this money. So that really shouldn't even be an issue if money not an issue, right? So he could be the best dad in the world, but you make a little more money, but you're too good for that. You rather your kid suffer and grow up without a father, not even have a chance at one. You're choosing to remove the father from him for your own selfish reasons. Mm-hmm. Not only that, you a op because you didn't say all women. You didn't say, hey, women, y'all should start. You said black women. This is why I said I think she's paid opposition, because why are you only directing it towards the black community if this is how you feel about women? No, you said black women. You a op. Not only that, let's look up some statistics of kids from single mother homes, how they turn out. Effects of fatherlessness. 63% of all youth suicides come from single mother homes. 70% of all teen pregnancies, single mother homes. 71% of all adolescent chemical substance abusers, single mother homes. 80% of all prison inmates, single mother homes. 90% of all homeless and runaway kids come from single mother homes. Children brought up in single mother homes, 5 times more likely to commit suicide, 9 times more likely to drop out of high school, 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances, 14 more times more likely to commit rape, 20 times more likely to end up in prison, 32 times more likely to run away from home. Over 30% of families led by single mothers are living in poverty compared to 16% of families led by single dads. 85% of homeless families are single mother families. 50% are below the poverty line, and their children are 6 times more likely to end up in poverty. So as you can see, every negative aspect that you possibly can garnish in life is a result of a single mother home. Then when you go look at the statistics of when the father's in the home, this shit's almost non-existent. Even to the point where the mother's out of the picture and it's only the father. The statistics come out about the same as that kid getting raised with 2 parents, with just the father. So that lets you know the major key is the dad. Eliminating the dad is complete destruction. And the fact that you would promote that to the black community is insane to me. I don't understand it. She's a op, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
So realistically, with everything that the statistics that you read are true, but let's just call a thing a thing. what she's saying is not nothing different from what's being pushed, the agenda. It's an agenda.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Because being a single mother, I'm not gonna say being a single mother, but we all know in the 70s, 80s, people had to get on welfare. You could not have a man in the home.
Yeah.
So realistically, what she's saying is true, but that's what's been pushed upon us.
But since we know the truth, though, we should.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to.
But we
I
know,
get
right?
it.
Like
I
you
get
said,
it.
we
Well,
know that.
we are seeing that now, but we talking about a system that's been designed to make. I'm gonna
family
just say
household.
black women. I'm gonna say black women, single mothers. It's all a part of an agenda. So I get what you're saying, but you gotta. It goes way back into something else. It's a whole infrastructure.
It's a systemic.
Shout out to them over at the Viral Way podcast. I'll say this: when it comes to the women's, it's always systemic. Always. Oh, she needs therapy. It's always these things. When it comes to men, off with your head.
Listen, here's my thing. That Bonquisha, I'm gonna call her Bonquisha because the way she's trying to deflect here. Listen. This is why Kev used to say accountability is kryptonite. This sister trying to say it's not a black woman thing, it's just a woman thing, this single motherhood thing. No, it's not. It really is really funneled into our community. It really is. Like, yeah, the marriage rates and stuff show it. We need to stop that. This is a folk issue. Yeah, stop, Bonquisha. Stop trying to spread the blame wider. No, it's very much concentrated. They don't like that. What is wrong? Listen, ladies, I want some lady come up her line. Men, as men, we are working towards taking a leadership position as men. That's what we're working on as black men. We're working hard on getting on our square, staying on our square, and reclaiming a leadership position that we never had the luxury option to have. For one, I ain't gonna get into that. But you ladies, what do y'all need to fix? Can y'all give me one thing where it ain't just everybody need to fix? I want a melanated sister come here and say, as melanated women, we need to fix this. Otherwise, yada, yada, yada. I want to hear it. I dare you.
And shout out to Project Leroy. He says, many like Ebony are selfish, egotistical, and entitled.
That's the biggest thing. Selfish. They don't even think about them kids. And that's why we got all these drill rappers.
And these sexy redheads. Here we go.
Connect the dots.
Way of dividing the family. But now that we
you
know,
could do
though,
something different. But like, I know most people, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. And I'm gonna just say it real quick. You know somebody that's on Section 8, right? They got 5 kids. They rent $300. Realistically, they can't afford to pay $3,000 rent. So are you gonna lie and say, yo, you don't got a man, whatever the case may be? It's the way the system is designed. You get what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying, but we in the age of information and we already know this. So now that we have this information, we got to get out of that victim mindset and break that cycle. We know what they're doing.
I feel like it's a victim mindset.
No, it's a victim. It's a victim mind. No,
Well,
it's a victim mindset because your mindset, the thoughts you think create your reality. So a lot of people that's stuck in poverty, they think with a poverty mindset. They don't have the mindset to get out, like you said. Instead of trying to find ways to get out, it's let me lie and say he ain't in the house so I can keep this Section 8 because I don't never want to lose it.
you can't surpass that ceiling because if you surpass it, they go take it from you. Now it's on your own.
When the goal should be to get out.
Yeah,
it's like let them take it.
Because really, it's really a short-term, temporary solution. But some people make it to a lifetime generational curse.
Exactly.
And
Get my kids on Section 8. Look, baby, this how you get on, and it just go generation to generation.
Instead of teaching that, we should be like, nah, we go use the Section 8 and then let's try to get out of it so we can own a house. So we should flip the narrative. And you know what I'm saying? Instead of passing down the negative of let's not make this money, let's start teaching the financial literacy and let's try to elevate.
Now, I read some of the comments on there and I saw some of the sisters from the community saying, I stopped listening when he was referring to her as the B word. Why did he have to say it like that? And if you notice, we had to do a lot of the bleeping of the words out because the brother was going in. But I believe the point is valid. And the one thing that I've noticed, especially since I've been living out of the country the last decade, is the man is everything in these societies. The man is everything. And, you know, when I see how the children are behaved, especially when I was living in Poland, even living in Africa. You know, you just don't see the disobedience and the wildness and the disrespects of the kids that you see in the States. You don't see it. Kids are well-mannered. Kids are disciplined. And I'll tell you why, because the fathers are there, okay? And a lot of those kids go on to do, you know, pretty decent things in society. You know, obviously in Poland it's a little bit better because, you know, it's a rich country. But when you see the children in the States and you see them, how they act and, you know, what's going on with them and can't nobody tell them anything, it's disheartening. And you look at them and you say, oh man, this kid's not gonna make it. You know, this kid's gonna have a hard time. And then when the women make these decisions because they want to have a kid, they're not even taking into consideration at all what the outcome of the kid is going to be, because it's really about, I want a child, not about what situation am I bringing the child in? Am I bringing the child into a good situation? And I'd rather choose nobody over a bus driver, which has everything to do with her. Eboni K Williams is a very attractive lady. She's not ugly. She's had every opportunity to meet all sorts of men. She's been, you know, she was educated at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, which is an awesome school. She went to law school. She's been in entertainment. Well, why was it that she couldn't find anybody else for the, you know, the same thing? So now, because of your bad attitude and poor choices in life, your child has to suffer. And I'm telling you, a lot of people's kids are gonna suffer based on the bad attitudes and decisions of their parents forever. That's the whole point. And can't nobody tell you nothing right now. And when you get a kid and now both of y'all lives might be affected, can't nobody tell you then. And it's okay. Again, you can do whatever you want to do.
So here's where we'll land it. The problem is one bad apple can ruin the bunch. So when we're, you know, regular women, when y'all not identifying this as an issue, you give Bonquisha and them a reason to say, well, I can be a single mom too. Y'all said it's cool. But when y'all come around and, you know, on these platforms and y'all say, well, she got money. Well, these men ain't ish anyways. She can afford to do this by herself. Then y'all reduce a man down to his wallet. And here we are.
Bingo, ding, 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 ding. Huh, heathen queen? Just connecting dots. Y'all always get back into a corner of madness. And as we covered that, Eboni K Williams, she has her portion of the king's gold. She can financially move in this manner. She most likely can financially care for this little human. But Bonquisha cannot follow that suit. Like, Eboni K just give examples. Come on, man. She a working woman. She out here moving, a little bit of jet setting, you know what I'm saying? A couple different cities in a week. She got to move. She ain't got time to be changing no diapers, going through TSA. So when she got to go, she going to hand that baby over to whatever living au pair, living auntie, living somebody, and she going on her way, and she's still able to move as if she's a childless woman. Bonquisha, you shan't ever move as if you're a childless woman. That child attached to you forever, even after 18. Stop the crap. And that's what they need to come here and say. Give all the context. These women are guilty of being too vague. Say, hey, I can do this. Say, if I didn't have this money, I would not consider this, but I think I got enough money to compensate for my crazy behavior. Tell the truth and shake the devil.
And I'll say this, after a certain age, the money is only good to a certain age. Then your kid comes into the pool with all the rest of the kids once they graduate. But Eboni K can give her kids a likelihood of not having to eat oodles and noodles, not having to go to public school, probably won't be pregnant or in prison by 18. She's going to give her kids a likelihood of not experiencing those things. But that don't mean once her kid turns 18, they're going to be well equipped in this world without not having a father.
That part right there. You cannot substitute a pappy. That's what Dad gonna show. Like we said, we talk from both sides of this thing. We grew up without pappies and we dare to be pappies. It's a heck of a perspective. I think y'all should listen.